I am Theodore Ngomba, your humble host. It may come as a pleasant surprise to our viewership that we are back after a 2-year break. I was devastated by the brutal killing of Comfort Tumasang in Muyuka by the now dead fighter Charger. Just to clear the Comfort Tumasang story, take a minute to listen to the conspiracy against us. This is what we gathered from our initial investigation.
Yeah, not your door. You remember me? You want my Azuzu?
Yes.
Okay. Me a corner for advice. And I want me to hear my advice like a big brother. We will not get courage. Now why there plenty people for diaspora they only make no noise. We not get the courage. We not
I think it's true as you talk about.
Yes. Now we not get the courage. We only make no noise. And now we not the fight for we. But one thing they charge away, it go mess up this revolution if we not take care. When I take and say, you feel be where you fight for year, your family there for some different place. For war, charger for war, you get things and way they get to be followed. That's why here they say POW, prisoner of war. I understand say when I no get place when I keep black leg. Why una no go beat them or una even leave them? Why they get for kill the person brutally? Like which way your boys and do and why?
I mean, I do my boy as well.
Now you do them. Okay, tell me why, Charger.
A black leg.
Now black leg.
Yes.
Okay, what did that girl do? I know say you I hear you wanna ask you say they be don't warn you. What did that girl do? Tell me.
They go sleep on army barrack before we army them. Understand now? We sleep with them. Even now every day actually they come on our barrack. I was just sleeping time or out on morning time. So all the things them
Yes.
already know. Yes, so now when I said that morning I can't take it so.
Okay.
But yes, even if they want over home start telling me some very not talking other one them. If that's the one say all I get it they used to come, they didn't have booyah. I don't know why they hide they get them. They used to say all I get them where they come, they didn't have booyah, they don't know them. They know them our face when they come up booyah, say they come for this.
You get the video where it give all this information.
Yes.
Send out for me.
Well, you know, for some none of the pull on our tunnel. Because they go the whole way. And my dog young cannot.
This is the evil plan they concocted to counter the real facts. Listen.
A guy who want to be a journalist or investigator who calls this guy in Moyoka and say, hey, you know what? You agree to committing this crime. I put 10 million in your hands to support you, so that because you guys are doing a great job. And the guy in Moyoka goes ahead to accept it, and it becomes the narrative. A lot of public runs with it. And before you know, a lot of public is telling the world that Ambazonian separatists, they did it. Their newspapers, the Guardian Post, which we have banned, ladies and gentlemen, they come out screaming with their headlines, Ambazonian separatists have killed a woman, and so on and so forth. I want to ask all of you here on this platform, what do you think this was a setup that this guy in Houston, Texas would have to call this guy, promise money in his hands, and then the guy accepts it, and then the narrative goes on from there? You think this was a setup? Barrister John, let me start with you, please.
Yes, it was a proper setup because it was part of the narrative to show that this thing was done by our boys. Let me tell you what that idiot in Houston did. He called this guy, the guy they called General
Ngomba.
Charger, is it Charger?
Charger, yes.
Yes, in Muyuka, and tells him, I will give you 10 million if you accept that you are the one, you and your boys did it. And this charger of an idiot, whether he wants money for what, he said he wanted the money to buy his material. I'm not sure that charger is working for the restoration forces. At any rate, that's a story for another day.
Right.
This guy accepted, and then the 10 million was not paid. The guy is now screaming. And my understanding is that we have laid a hand on him and let him tell who are the boys that he used. And he is saying he was set up. They wanted to give him 10 million, and he accepted. He was not at the scene of the incident. He knew about it. He saw the incident happen, but he was not at the scene. I mean, it's part of the narrative that La Republic is shopping for evidence, shopping to put it on the restoration forces. But they don't know that everything they do backfires. That is what has happened. This charger man is a very good witness that we intend to preserve for the ICC. I hope Bo is listening to me. The charger man is in the keeping of the restoration forces in Muyuka, and we will be taking him as a witness for this atrocious act that La Republic has committed in Muyuka. Because they thought that they could win him to admit, and they used that admission to say that it was the restoration forces. But they forgot to pay him. That is the catch. They forgot to pay him, and this guy is now denouncing and cursing them and threatening that he will cut. What is that man's in Ngomba? What
Ngomba Theodore.
Yes, that when he sees him, he will cut off his head, he will kill him or whatever. Charger is going to tell us at the ICC what he knows. But this crime in Muyuka and others cannot go without the courts, the International Court of Justice, looking at it.
Bishop John, I think both, it was Barrister John who mentioned he doesn't know whether this guy in Muyuka who received this phone call from this mortician in Houston, he doesn't know whether he's indeed a genuine restoration fighter. What do you know about him?
Secretary Chris, for the sake of investigation, I don't want to say very much about this young man. But this young man, as if it is the charger that we know, he has been somebody who is fighting on the ground. He took over from General Wazuzu. So he's somebody we know that is one of us. But as these boys are on the ground, things can happen. You just heard him that he thought that he will have money. I don't know, by this time, all Ambazonians should know that La Republic is broke. Before La Republic is promising you 10 million, you think that you are going to get the 10 million, you are a fool. La Republic hired lobbyists in the United States, they could not pay them. La Republic is scamming even the Westerners because of this. We have made La Republic to bleed money and blood. La Republic is bleeding money. So all these people who think that they are going to make deals with La Republic and they will get money, they are deceiving themselves. There are many like this who are being deceived, Secretary Chris, on false promises that La Republic is giving them. And maybe La Republic will take a couple of some thousands, and maybe 50 or 25,000 and give them. They begin to be happy that La Republic will come and give them 10 million or 1 million. It is a very big fat lie.
To add more credibility to our stance, listen to how they gathered and planned to destroy the truth.
Afternoon. Yeah, listen. Have you spoken recently with the charger, General Charger? Yeah, I'm talking to them. The guy keeps on talking. Why can't you stay quiet? He did an interview with Clovis the other day now. No. We give the information from Clovis. he gave the information to close it. Okay, I'm going live today. This is the angle we have finally agreed upon. We have agreed that this is what I'm putting out, and which I would like you to take him to him to know, so that he should not go out opening his mouth and saying anything. Because we have tried to craft this in the way that we look like we are trying to get to the bottom of the thing in the eyes of the international community. So we are stating that he coming out to claim that the killing was induced by Theodore Ngomba, who has promised him some support, and he's talking to Ngomba. He was saying that Ngomba was one of the leaders out here in the diaspora, and so he accepted. He told Theodore that he did it only because he thought Theodore was going to send them support. Theodore has promised them to send them money to buy more equipment. So, which is the reason why he accepted to Theodore that he did it. So we have stated that, in the actual case, he did not do it. He was not at the scene of the event. The videos are there. People can look at those videos and they realize that this guy was not the one. He was merely induced to say that he did it. However, the guys who did it were actually boys serving under him. You understand? Who are restoration forces. So we are saying that we reprimanded this guy, Chacha, and once we reprimanded him into custody and began interrogating him, the guys that he was vouching for, who had carried out the act, absconded, fearing that our dragnet would get to them too once we have Chacha in our custody. You understand that? Yeah, so we say that the guys absconded once they found out we have Chacha, their commander, in our custody. They absconded, and as of now, he is still at large. So this is the angle we are taking, and then we are saying that we will hunt them and smoke them out wherever they are. Of course, these are empty words. Yeah, we will hunt them, we will smoke them out, and they will receive due justice for the killing. So I will try to brief you so that when I go live, these guys, they don't listen to it on ground zero and start another version of the story. So if we're possible, call him, let him know that this is the angle we're putting out. I'm coming out with it. We're protecting him. We're covering them. They should not open their word and say a thing.
No, they are already aware. The boat that came, he sent the audio to us and then we sent it to close because we are already assigned him and he's aware because we know that we are trying to protect the location. So he's completely aware. Anything that is showing that he is not part of that team, I think he has no problem with that. So we're talking to him and we have also changed his contact so no one can talk to him anymore.
Good.
And I also found another warning that any registration fighter that is talking to anyone in the diaspora should know that they are being recorded on this incident. So anybody who opens their mouth to get their audios out there on social media, they will have questions to answer from us.
Alright, good. I just wanted to give you a heads up on this so that you didn't come as a surprise when I go up and do it. So I'm trying to edit. Time is not on my side. Let me quickly finish editing this.
Okay. So what time are you doing? What are you like?
7 p.m. your time.
So there is some information that I'm not
What is it?
Try to confirm that I've been informed that Jongote will be in Moluka tomorrow, and also been informed that the Moluka Council, they will smuggle into open that council on Friday. So, but what I want to do is I don't want it to go viral yet. So I want to go with the voice. And
Yes.
I'll go here.
Yes. Yes. Let the please work with them. If they can smoke him out or even destroy whatever convoy is coming in, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to see. So I'm trying to work with them now to see how we can plan the houses and things like that. So
Yeah.
push.
Yeah.
So because they don't know that we know that it's coming. So it's something that we need to work on that.
All right. Let me go. Let me run.
Okay, thank you.
What do you know about the demonstration that leaders on who are planning in Boya?
Yeah, I think I told you last time. I think you need to blow it out there because a lot of people have not been released. They are still in the Republic custody, and the Republic is recruiting other people to attend their food, and they are paying each recruit 5,000 francs. So you need to highlight that as well, so that the international community should know.
The incident in Morocco took place. When was it? Was that on the 13th?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Let me run. Time is my problem here now. Yeah.
We actually initiated a defamation lawsuit against Chris Anu and his ABC alias Alphabet TV. However, we are taking it slowly, hoping that the light of truth will shine in their eyes and wake them up. We are well aware of the statute of limitations and may choose to escalate at any time, conscious that they cannot defeat the truth. The bad news for them is that lies are like firewood, while the truth is golden. Firewood can rot or burn, but gold will not. They have created an extensive network to fight the truth, and us by extension. When we tell the truth, depending on who it is against or who it does not favor, we are immediately tagged and labeled as blacklegs or supporting the separatists. We continue to be attacked by both the government and separatists. Either way, we are only interested in the truth and the people. We'll settle for nothing less. Myself and my team had to take a step back and reflect on the best course of action to inform and improve our people's situation. On a positive note, we want to extend an enormous thank you to all the kind donors who have continued to support Comfort Tumasang's children to give them a better future. We can confidently assert that Comfort Tumasang's children are faring well, especially with their education. We will continue to do our due diligence as we promised from day one.